So the last 24 hours have been pretty insane if you are a fan of the Division franchise. They talk about the new playtest coming to the newest game of the Division world, the Division Resurgence, announced one of the biggest game modes coming to the Division 2, Survivors. And this is everything they had to say at Gamescom. Here are their highlights.
So I want to introduce Louis Tropin, brand director on the Division Resurgence. Welcome.
He's right there.
Hello.
Please
Hello.
join me. It's nice and comfy here.
Nice comfy living
Hi,
room.
Louis.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Can you share a little bit about yourself?
Yes, actually, so I'm Louis. I've been working on the Division for quite a while now with this guy since 2018, so 8 years. Okay.
I've been on the Division for 10 years. I've worked
Yeah,
with
yeah.
everyone on the Division.
Yeah,
so
you're the
included.
oldest, but I have the most gray hair, so I win. But yeah, anyway, very happy to be here to finally speak a bit more about Resurgence. Again, I want to say.
Nice. Could you give us, for those who are not familiar with the game, just like the elevator pitch of what is this game?
Yeah, so basically in very short words, it's an online, massively multiplayer role-play game, which sounds familiar because it's basically the experience you get with the Division on console and PC, but adapted to mobile format.
That sounds like so much fun.
It does.
It does. What about the storyline? What can you tell us about the Division Resurgence story?
Well, I can jump in the storyline, but maybe just before I could give you a bit more details on how we are adapting it for mobile.
Let's go for that.
Actually, to let you know a little bit what I hinted at. We actually worked on this with an extensive team to make sure that we adjusted, obviously, the controls of the game itself, because you all here or online know that the Division is actually quite a deep and broad type of experience. So something we're really focused on is making sure that the gameplay experience, handheld, but also touch-based, was perfect for everyone to be able to enjoy the game at its fullest. We are obviously controller compatible for this game as soon as we'll be launching, but you can really adjust everything you want on the controls. You can the size of the button, you can move them around, everything you want to make sure that you really dive deep into the experience that the Division Resurgence has to offer. Another example of what we did actually is to adjust not only the controls but also the gameplay itself, what the game has to offer. Obviously, keeping the core of the looter shooter that the Division has to offer, but we basically adjusted the length of some of the activities, most of the activities. The open world activities are what we call more snackable. You can play them really easily on the go, but you'll also get those longer sessions through the main missions that still are shorter than what you would get on PC or console, but still offer those epic moments, those immersive moments into this beautiful world that the team at Massive actually has created and that we are perpetuating on mobile.
Nice. Story. I'm eager for the story. I'm a lore nerd. I need...
We can go into the story. I know a lot of people here actually are interested in what the Division lore has to tell.
Yes.
And for Resurgence, we actually worked very closely with the teams over at Massive to make sure that whatever we tell is coherent, consistent, logical with what the main entries, this one being also main entry, they all have a story, a cohesive story to tell. So typically we are introducing new factions, familiar faces from the Division 1, but also we are really bridging that gap between the Division 1 and the Division 2. Something that you'll get to experience as a player of Resurgence is actually the moment where the first wave of agents are being activated. So that's something we get to play as in the prologue. It's the very first few missions. So once you complete the tutorial, then you get really thrown into the midst of the original chaos. That's just very biblical, actually, but you see what I mean, really the beginning of the story. And then we actually pick up after the events of the Division 1, when society, or at least civilians, have started to rebuild, and really the story of Resurgence is about that, is to make sure to help those early settlements that are budding, sprouting in the open world, in the area of Manhattan, to move along, get along, and survive the somewhat still chaotic situation that is taking place in Manhattan. So yeah.
So
I
new.
think most important question is because you say it's in the timeline Division 1 and all that. Does it have snow?
So it has.
I hear
snow.
people like snow.
It,
so-
it has melting snow.
Does it have
So,
beautiful
that,
snow?
That works. I think
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes it snows. Yes.
Nice.
So new canon story.
It's definitely a new canon story. It's entirely part of the story of the franchise. Very happy about that.
Really cool. So we talked about how we're working with feedback in the Division 2. How do you leverage that knowledge and how will you work with it for the Resurgence?
Well, we're very happy to have our crash test dummies right here who are playtesting everything for us. No, I'm kidding. Basically, what I want to say is we obviously look at what's happening already today in the universe of the Division 2. Typically, the Brooklyn DLC
We are a guinea
releasing.
pig for you, is what
You
you're
are, but we'll throw it back to you once we're live.
saying. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But basically, we check out how it's received. You know, obviously that educates us in how we should interact with this community, and also what type of content could be interesting to look into in the future for Resurgence. But the game has been announced in 2022, and it has already been through several loops of tests, as you may or may not know. And we already been lucky enough to get some very, very valuable feedback from people from around the world, and that's stuff that already we used to adjust. And if I take just very quick examples, the introduction, the tutorial has been reworked using that feedback. The balancing of the games, has been reworked. The progression pacing has been reworked. So it's really stuff that we value a lot when we have that feedback. And that's why we're looking forward actually to see how the ETF is evolving in a sense and reopening its gates, because we're also looking into ways to make sure that we get those direct interactions, those very in-depth interactions with our most engaged players, some already existing from the past tests, but also new ones that will be coming up, joining us hopefully. And we really want to make sure that everyone's voice gets heard, and then if it makes sense, to act on it for sure.
Sounds like a good plan. And my voice is breaking.
We're losing you.
So
can
what's
take
the
it.
next step?
The next step for us, actually, I kind of hinted at that. I'm very happy to confirm it. Is we're heading back into testing phase for the project. So it's been a while since the last tech took place. I'm pretty sure you know, but I can confirm that the next close test will be taking place in September. So that's right around the corner, actually. And you can indeed already come and start registering for it. It will be both for Android and iOS. And by that, sorry, I got confused. Getting served on the. That's perfect. But anyway, yes, you can jump in right now, go register, and maybe you have a chance to join our next test this September. It's actually, hopefully, the first step in the next stages for this game that's coming up soon to you all in free-to-play format on iOS and Android phones.
More division for everyone. But
Yes.
Or a division for everyone.
best.
Thank you for that deep dive into Resurgence, Louis. It's amazing to see this franchise growing and evolving with the community at its heart. My voice is breaking, but I'm too excited to hear.
excitement,
Yes,
that's
I'm too
why.
excited to hear because now we're going to talk about that other project on the horizon. Please welcome Magnus Jansen, Creative Director. Whoa. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Could you introduce yourself a little bit more for our audience?
So, hello, my name is Magnus. I'm a creative director at Massive, just like Yannick. Super happy to be here. Exciting. My voice is amazing, of course, for 2 more minutes. And I work at Massive. I worked there for 20 years. And one of the things I did was that I had the privilege to be the creative director on the first Division game, released in 2016. and that was a fantastic time. Then I was away from the world of the Division for a few years, but now I am back and working on something very, very exciting.
What? Come on.
We can wait it now. Okay. So I am super proud and thrilled to announce to you and to the world that we are working on the Division 2 Survivors.
Woo!
That sounds familiar.
So I know you can't reveal too much, but what can you share about the Division 2 Survivors?
As some of you had already figured out, right? The wintry survival extraction experience is coming to the Division 2. And I know some of you are, like me, fans of the survival mode that we had in the first division. And obviously, we think that those of you who like that will be very, very happy. But it's more than a remake, right? We are doing cool new things. And I can't reveal much more than that. But what I will say, and this is like a teaser, is that a hint to maybe the biggest new thing we're doing is right there in the name. So I'll just leave that there, and then I'll be back next year. Okay?
Let the people figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure there will be plenty of theories.
That's or we don't know, and this is community involvement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so, I asked earlier, how many of you were here since the days of Division 1? A lot of hands raised. So I think you have, amongst other people, this guy to thank because he was the original creative director. Round of applause for Magnus, please. Lots of respect. It's a privilege for me to get to work with Magnus. A great inspiration. So why did you come back, Magnus?
I mean, look at this. It's like, is this not enough of a reason to come back? No, I mean, as I said, I was away for a while, but I did play, and I did play the Division 2 throughout all that time, and I'm so impressed what you've been doing. The game is really fun, new things added all the time, and as I was playing and running through the city, there's this feeling that I had that could this environment be explored through a very different gameplay lens? Could we have, the survival experience here in Washington? And that was, and then, one thing led to another, and here we are. So that was really like the origin.
Yeah, and with the Elite Task Force program being revamped, how are we planning to work with them?
Yeah, I mean, as Yannick was saying, we've been making multiplayer games at Massive for, 3 decades, and we're always getting better at testing in a real environment, not inside but outside with real players. And as Yannick was saying, we constantly evolving and improving, and we tend to find that we want to, testing earlier is better than we always need to test earlier than we thought, and we always need to test more than we thought. And now, can't get much earlier than this, because I don't even have a T-shirt for the game, like you guys do. And then of course more, right? And personally, there's this anecdote that I like to talk about when there's new employees that are like, what do you mean we're gonna tell people, about the game, when we hardly have anything more than to show than this? Well, I say listen, we thought we tested the Division 1 really well. We had alphas and betas, but still on launch day, we didn't test Brooklyn. And then when on launch day, we all got to Brooklyn and we wanted to activate as agents, and but you're out of luck. There's a queue to the friggin' laptop to activate it. I mean, who here was in queue to activate on the laptop in Division 1? Right, exactly. So, which is that's the proof, right? We need to test not just early, but we need to test more. And the Elite Task Force is, if you want to be in on that, that's where we will go to first.
Nice. So signed. I can't.
So I
want us
think
to take over.
so. This is another. Thank you, Anaïs. Your contribution will be remembered. But this is another reason why you need to sign up to the ETF. So if you didn't scan the QR code, don't worry. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunities to find it. I'm sure it's going to be online. But yeah, please sign up. We really want to have as many people as we can. And it starts with the ETF, as Magnus said, and then, of course, we will be expanding to more and more people. So thank you so much. And yeah, there's a lot happening in the world of the Division, so maybe we can actually show a bit of a recap. Yesterday, we had already a panel. We talked about some of the stuff that is actually presented here. So here, just to recap everything, we are currently ending the season that is called Crossroads. This is the season that started with the release of Battle for Brooklyn. Then after that, we are just about to start our next season, which is the one called The Pact. We talked about it yesterday. If you've been following the news, following the PTS, you know a bit about it. This is a season that is going to be about territory control. We're bringing a new feature called Retaliation, where the factions will push back in the world against you based on what you're doing and how much you're fighting against them. And it's coming also with a whole new set of modifiers here, once again, based on the idea of territory control. After that, it's about you.
Yes, we have Resurgence coming up, so same thing. Don't forget to go sign up. I'm sure you'll all get the recap or the QR code after that, making sure that we have your valuable feedback also for this brand new experience in the universe of the Division.
Yeah. And then we're going to get into the following season for the Division 2, the new season that is called Mutiny. And we also talked a bit about it yesterday, and I know that online at least it made a bit of noise, but yes, this season will come with a new ID, the concept of companion NPCs, so you will be able to play with NPCs alongside you. I will not say more. You'll have to wait a bit more for more news on that. That will be from December and leading us all the way to March, which, as you all know, because you're all Division specialists here, March is an important month. It's the anniversary month for the Division. And this March 2026, is a very important one because that's going to be the 10 years anniversary since that very day with the laptop, the Brooklyn laptop.
Yeah, the laptop day.
The laptop day in the history of the Division. So this will be the 10 years anniversary of the launch of Division 1 and of the franchise in general. So expect big celebration and a lot of news until then. Then there's a whole bunch of other things that are not even on this timeline, but we're already working on and planning. There's a great future ahead of us for the Division 2. More seasons, more content, more big stuff that we're not even going to share here on top of everything we've talked about. And somewhere in the future, once you finally get a T-shirt, then the survivor's experience. So that's at least the recap. So let me check the notes because this is not my part, this is a nice part. But yeah, when we can share more with you, of course, we will be doing that. There's a great future ahead of us. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to us. And yeah, there wouldn't be 10 years anniversary of the Division. There wouldn't be 10 years without having you part of it and the help and the support and the feedback that we've been getting. So once again, thank you. Thank you, everybody online. Hope you're happy with what you've heard. And again, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of news. Please register to the ETF. Please register to the test for Resurgence. We need your feedback. We need you for hopefully another great 10 years of the Division. So thank you, everyone.